wants to do is hodl or save as many Bitcoins as they can. You should not be using your Bitcoins. You should be borrowing fiat or dollars against your Bitcoin and spending those dollars. That's what the rich people do. They borrow against their real estate. They borrow against their stocks and bonds.
Pay attention to what Peter said, November 17, 2021, and this is as relevant now as it was over a year ago.
And they allow them to continue to appreciate.
And not to mention, did you hear him laugh in the background when this schmo told you to sell all your fiat, take out loans, and put it into Bitcoin? Imagine this guy now down 70%.
And in turn, basically, they defer their taxes on all their capital gains. So you can do that even with $100, right? You can basically join the club of how the rich people make and save and store their value, but you should use digital assets instead of stocks or bonds because those are already trading at all-time highs, and you don't want to buy these things at their highs.
All right, another question.
That is the worst financial advice you could give. You're telling people to
give financial advice. That's what I do.
You told people to buy.
It's like, motherfucker, you don't give financial advice. Did you not just tell people to sell out of your fiat, take loans, and put it all into Bitcoin? That's what the smart rich people do. Like, get the fuck out of here. I hate when people do that. Oh, I didn't give financial advice. I'm just telling you to turn all your fiat into Bitcoin. So what the hell are you doing? You're misleading people into putting your money in the wrong store of value. It's not the real store of value. It's horse shit. And I love how Peter calls them out.
Borrow money against their Bitcoin. You told them to go on leverage and take out loans and borrow money. I mean, you know who's going to lose even more money though? The lenders. Anyone dumb enough to lend on Bitcoin, because once Bitcoin implodes, the lenders are going to take a huge hit. That's what happened in the mortgage market. With the subprime market. And I always said this when I was warning about it and encouraging people to short the subprime market. I knew that the lenders were going to be left holding the bag when the people who borrowed money to buy houses couldn't repay their loans. Well, the people who borrow money against their Bitcoin, ultimately, they're not going to have the money back because I think Bitcoin is going to collapse so fast that the lenders are not going to be able to liquidate the Bitcoin fast enough to recover the loan.
Good morning. 10:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday. What is it? January 8th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Florida for the next 6 days. As some of you know, I'm on a vacation with my family. My dad paid for a vacation for all of us to come here. I'll be together. My brother, my sister, old Vincenzo's here. My sister, my niece, my nephew, my son, my dad, stepmom, and then my real mom are all here, which is pretty weird. That everybody's here, and so it's always interesting getting everybody together. So what we're looking at here is XRP's down on, it was under 34 cents briefly, but once again we haven't broke down the 335. It continues to bounce back up. We are trending down to that uptrending support line, which, as you can see overnight in the daily, let me put it into the 30-minute because I believe it's going to be a little bit easier to see everything in the daily. I mean in the 30-minute, but you can see we've essentially created what looks like an M-topping reversal here, and unless we can break back up above the 355, it's going to show trouble. Right now you can see this. We popped up above 34 cents, but then if you start breaking this down more minute, we're coming into very critical areas. If we break past here, this is where we could possibly make the run back to 355, but that's only if you start to break down some of these levels. And the problem is now we're starting to extend way out of here. And this downtrending resistance that I've talked about is a huge problem area right at the 348, we call it, even though it's 345 right here. Over here is about 348, the higher up you were. And then it broke down, and now it's about the 346, but it's still, to me, you have to break the 348 just to get to the 355 that we showed on the other map, the other chart. But the importance of this 348 is because if you don't break back in here, you can't get back into the other descending triangle. And that is how you get back up to the 355 level. So if you can't break the 348, you can never come up to the 355. And if you can never break the 348 to get to the 355, then ultimately you're stuck with your pants down in the long-term pattern. And you won't be able to get to the ultimate 371 level. It won't happen, that symmetrical support. And you can see right here, even the 335 support, you've got over the top at 355. And these are your two key levels right now that we're fighting between. I hear a lot of shit about a whole bunch of different numbers. To me, we can make up anything sound the way we want. We can make it fit and finagle the way we want it to. But the bottom line is, unless you're using the numbers that you're actually, the patterns you're in, what the hell difference does it make? What does it matter? If you can't figure out or decipher what's going on in the current formation, who gives a shit about the 17,000 different numbers? If you can't understand what happens at the 348, the 355, and then ultimately if it breaks the 355, how it will go up to the 371 and retest that symmetrical triangle. That's it. So right now, I see a lot of nonsense across YouTube. I seen today we're supposed to pump if you go take a look at XRP. I also seen somebody, and I'm not going to say the name, they put my exact title from my video 2 days ago, which now I changed it up slightly because I'm insulted. They used my exact headline for my video. Go look at my Twitter post. That lines up with my initial name on my video about 26 hours ago now. And then somebody put a video out 12 hours ago with the exact same headline. Word for word, they used my headline, that's kind of, at first I'm like, what the hell? You can't even change up one word. And then I'm like, I'm flattered. This person's got 50,000 subscribers, 3.5 times the subscribers I have, but feels the need to use my material, which I think is awesome. And not even using my material, just using my wording to get people to click on their shit, but I'm flattered. Anyhow. And if you have bags of XRP, you'll be able to find that channel very easily. So 344 is what we're looking at over the top, 335. And then 348, if we can break the 348, then we have the 355. And then everybody's like, well, how do you get back to the symmetrical? Well, you got to break the 348 and 355. I don't make the rules. And then even after that, you got to break 362. So you've got 348 support. And the 344 because you fall back underneath it, and that's what I'm trying to show right here. This is the 344 that now all of a sudden you fall back underneath this. It's on an awfully bearish momentum here. And then if you ever break the 355, look out, or the 335, that's when you start breaking down to lower levels, and then you're like, uh-oh, what are we doing here? So we need to stay alert, and we need to pay attention, because otherwise we're going to be in the shitter. And I personally don't want that. And I know some people have a problem because I use language, but that's just who I am. I speak real, and sometimes I swear. I understand some people can't acknowledge or like that, or you have kids. I have kids. But sometimes when you're watching something like this, we don't need to be around our kids. Sometimes we just watch this on our private time. I never told you to watch it in front of your 6-year-old. What I'm telling you is I give you the best information for your buck because it doesn't cost you dick. I don't charge you anything. I tell you exactly what you need to do. And if people listen, we're going to succeed. If we don't listen, we're going to be catastrophically submitted into a financial state where we can't afford to do shit. And I would like to be able to afford to do shit. I would like to be able to buy my crypto. I would like to be able to do things with my crypto funds. I don't want it to be down 95% or 85% or 77% in 2022 so that I can't buy my crypto when I want, or I can't do things that I want. Because the bottom line is if you're losing 75%, now you've got to come back up with those funds to re-put it in. If you don't have the funds to re-put in, well, then you're screwed. And then that 77% of something. Then I hear some people say, 77%, I can just put money back in. Oh, okay. Well, if I had $3,500 and now I've only got, I don't know. What are we losing here? What do I got? $1,000 left? I got $1,000 or $1,100 left. Now I got to put $2,000 back in, or $2,500. Or I could have just had the wherewithal to understand the pattern, and now I can put that $2,500 in you guessed it, precious metals in the mining stock sector that I've been talking about. Now it's getting a little long in the tooth because now we're going to need a correction in the precious metals market. But it's just the beginning of the biggest bull run in history. When you see the US dollar collapse and it re-breaks the 100 threshold and then ultimately comes down past 90 handle, gold and silver is going to be unbelievably priced, and it's going to be too late by then. By then, it won't be too late to hold it, but do you want to buy $1,800 gold, or do you want to buy $3,000 gold? It's just like, did you want to buy $1.65 XRP, or did you want it for 33.5 cents or 34 cents? The choice was yours. You just have to understand, observe, and pay attention to a pattern formation. You can't listen to the fudsters, and if you pay attention to me, I guarantee you one thing. No matter whether I'm on vacation, no matter whether I'm home, my motive is the same. The very first thing I do when I get going is I do an update. I do one in the afternoon. I do one at night typically, and then anything in between. So if you're following me, this message is for you. If you're part of the XRP army, the XRP community, consider joining Tom's army. Show me that support that I show you, because in the end, without me, you're fucked, and without you, I don't exist.